Maryland residents aren't as open to Kilmar's return as Democrats or legacy media. That's because they have to live with this criminal. I mean, most people don't believe this guy should be in our country. They don't believe he should be in Maryland because they know he's a criminal. We see his tattoos. We know he's MS-13. We know that he's a terrorist. Just like two judges that adjudicated came out and said, just like ICE said, and everyone else knows that this guy is a criminal and he's a gang member, and his own wife had filed a charge against him a few years ago for domestic violence. So he's not a good person, and this is the hill that the Democrats are dying on. It's crazy. I can't believe they're doing this. They're doing everything against the will of the majority. For some reason, they think that they're going to win. But anyway, I'm gonna play this clip and see what actual Marylanders have to say about him. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account. All right, so let's get right into this clip. Here we go.
He was living in Maryland, designated MS-13 terrorist, and Donald Trump deported him. How does that make you feel?
I feel safer.
He gotta go. He gotta go.
Need to go. I mean, that's it.
But he was a father.
But he's still a terrorist.
Okay.
Look at that. Look at that. He's still a terrorist. Yeah. I mean, how many fathers are in prison right now? You know, just because you're a father don't mean you're not a criminal. And Democrats are literally defending a criminal, a bad guy, MS-13 member. And they try to say that he's not an MS-13 member. First off, he had the tattoos on his hand. Second off, I worked in the prison system. I can tell you, you cannot hang out with MS-13 unless you are a member of their gang. They just don't let anyone just hang out with them. He got pictures with MS-13, other MS-13 members. So I'm sorry. Let's get back to this clip.
I mean, but there's children living without fathers now.
He should have picked and choose, so he picked to be a terrorist instead of worrying about his children.
The Democrats, they want him back. They say he was wrongfully deported. He has a wife and a kid who's a citizen. They're calling this a national emergency. Is this a national emergency?
I wouldn't call it a national emergency. We got more things going on.
We have more things, more fish to fry.
I just found out about it, so I don't think so. What kind of national emergency? For what? What is the emergency for?
Ain't no national emergency, no.
He was accused of hitting his wife twice and was a suspected human smuggler. Was he wrongfully deported?
No. He need to go.
If he's a smuggler, yeah, he need to be deported.
It's better to be safe than sorry.
Your senator here, Chris Van Hollen, he flew to El Salvador where this guy was deported. He met with them, had lunch with them, had margaritas on the table. What's up with your senator?
I have no idea, but I do believe that was a waste of taxpayer dollars.
Thanks.
You agreeing with some?
See what happens when people know the actual truth? This is why the mainstream media, the leftist media, have to continue to push their propaganda and narrative. And this is why they hate things like alternative media. This is why they hate things like Twitter, because people are actually out there. You can dispute this propaganda that they're pushing out there with facts. And when people look at the actual facts, the stuff that's actually going on, they're like, wait a minute, this ain't right. This guy said this sounds like a waste of taxpayer dollars, which it absolutely is. Their senator is flying to another country to advocate for a terrorist to come back to their state. This is crazy. This is crazy, right? Oops, sorry, I messed up and went too far. Sorry about that. I don't know how far along I was. Y'all know I mess up all the time. Boomer tech, but I'm not a boomer. All right, so let's just play it from here. Sorry.
Wife twice and was a suspected human smuggler. Was he wrongfully deported?
No. He need to go.
If he's a smuggler, yeah, he need to be deported.
It's better to be safe than sorry.
Your senator here, Chris Van Hollen, he flew to El Salvador where this guy was deported. He met with them, had lunch with them, had margaritas on the table. What's up with your senator?
I have no idea, but I do believe that was a waste of taxpayer dollars.
Margaritas.
Look at her face.
Margaritas.
You agreeing with somebody whipping their wife, terrorizing where you live, then you don't need to live here either.
Senator Van Hollen, you need to come see me, Mr. Coley, because you doing like that. You need to take care of home before you go to other states.
Right.
He went to El Salvador.
Oh, that's another country, excuse me.
What has Senator Chris Van Hollen ever done for you?
I'm sorry, I gotta rewind that. He was like, you can go to another state. He was like, no, that was another country. Like, oh, excuse me, that's even worse. Oh man.
Live, then you don't need to live here either.
Senator Van Hollen, you need to come see me, Mr. Coley, because you doing like that. You need to take care of home before you go to other states.
He went to El Salvador.
Oh, that's another country, excuse me.
What has
Another
Senator
country.
Chris Van Hollen ever done for you?
Nothing.
Nothing.
For me, nothing.
Nothing that I know of.
He ain't do me. I can admit that.
I've never even heard of this person.
Do you want Kilmar Abrego Garcia, this quote-unquote Maryland dad, living back in Maryland?
No. No.
No. No.
Not if he's doing trafficking, no. Why the I want somebody like that back? No.
What is your message to the Democrats who really want him back in your community?
Why would you want that in my community? Bring it to your community and see how long you like it up there.
Leave him, or y'all go over there with him.
You're focused on the wrong thing.
If they illegal come.
That was awesome. That was awesome. Fox News, every once in a while they'll have some stuff like that on there that I agree with. That's awesome. You actually hear what people on the street have to say about illegal immigrant that's a gang member. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave y'all comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.